sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping. Sipping, I'm 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 sipping. Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Mr. Flash It Only, the one and only Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right.
Damn Sammie, damn Sammie, damn Sammie.
Thanks, Sammie.
Yup! What's up with y'all, man? Happy Thursday, happy hour, all that flyness. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that there. Appreciate y'all being here. Today is a special edition, man. This is a little different. Some dope flyness that my guest came up with, a great idea. We are from Morgan State University, so this is a Morgan State homecoming edition featuring my guy Sonny.
What's going on, everybody, man? I appreciate the invite. I appreciate you even having the vision to indulge me in this. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been doing this homecoming rules from an audible standpoint. You say, hey man, why not come up to Philly and let's record this? And I said, you know what, let's do this. And then, like I said, before everything got kicked off, this is a sobering moment for me to be up here in Philly. I mean, it's always good to be in Philly because you're my brother from another mother, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or the same color for real. So, you know what I'm saying? It's always love to be around here. It's always love to be in Philly. Shout out to my cousin, Lily. She just graduated from Temple. She playing professional basketball out Switzerland now.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So shout out to her. So I'll be up here every now and then, check her games out. But I mean, it's a sober moment for me because the last time I was up here, we did the podcast together. Always a great time. But unfortunately, about 15, 20 minutes after that podcast episode ended, I got news that my father passed away.
Absolutely.
And the last thing my father had said to me the day before I came up here was, you know, it's time for the world to hear you. And when you come home from Philly, let's talk about it. So, you know what I mean? So, but first and foremost, before we do anything else, I want to salute you for always being there for me.
Oh, man.
Especially in that situation. That was a trying moment at that time. But for you to make sure that you got in contact with my wife, got in contact with my brother, to even call your homeboy to say, hey, I need you to drive my truck because I need to drive my man Sonny truck back home. So we can get back home to Baltimore, man, so we can be with his family. So just to be there at that situation, just showed the character that you got, the character as a man that you have. Because a lot of times we base our character based off of the relationship we got with other people.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
To kind of to piggyback off that, to see how you did that for me, and vice versa. When there's ever been times of trials, tribulations you ever had, you reach out to me. We'll pray together, or we talk it out.
Yep.
So
constantly sending me information, inspiration, all of that. Yep.
Yeah, man. So it's just one of those things. Like, we've lived long enough to survive all the nonsense. Now it's time to like retool ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I remember my father told me, I was like 13, your mother, he was like, your mother want me to teach you about the birds and the bees or whatever, but no, I'm going to teach you these other two bees, though, brains and brawn. So right now, you 13 years old, you little husky or whatever, so you going to use your brawn before you use your brain. You're not going to think clearly. You just going to use your brawn because you're trying to identify who you are. You trying to establish your identity and everything like that. But when you get a certain age, you realize your brain is your most powerful tool. Now, if you got to use brawn in a life or death type of situation, that's something different. But if you can avoid these things as you get older, just avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got more things to lose. Like now when us being in our 40s, me having a family, being able to go home at night to my wife and kids is more important. And it's just like, you know, certain decisions that I would have made in my 20s I can't do now. You know what I'm saying? So it's words from my father, or just being around you and being around the rest of the fellas, you know what I mean? Just seeing us evolve. So if you're still holding on to something that I did to you 20-some years ago, you condemning an innocent man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the same person that I was before. I'm not even the same person 2 years ago. Like, because 2 years ago, my father was here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now he's not.
Right.
But I believe in everlasting life, so therefore, in order to have that, you got to leave Earth in order to do that.
Yeah,
You
he
know
better
what I
off
mean?
than us, right?
Yeah,
He
definitely,
good.
definitely. So, I mean, so that's where it's like, so that's just how I took it. So just to come up here, just to drive, take that drive, just to realize that I'm actually gonna be with my brother again. It was much needed. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
So it's always appreciated that you indulged this vision that I had, and you had the proper strategy. So let's bring this together for real. You know what I'm saying? So I salute you again, my brother.
Man, well said, man. Hold up. See, the problem with Sonny, which is a good problem, is he's super well spoken. So when his dad tells him brawn and brain, he already knew he had the brain. You know what I'm saying? So you have the option.
Right.
And throughout my time of knowing Sonny, I've only seen the brawn in very rare occasions and actually with brain infused into it.
Right.
It was never just Donkey Kong time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, salute to your pops. I appreciate that you appreciate me, but it's easy to do for a brother such as you.
I appreciate that, man.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
The
You
same
deserve,
vice versa.
you deserve to be cared for in a real way. You deserve to be considered in a real way. And I've been through similar. I haven't lost my father, but I've lost plenty. And I know that sometimes when we're at this age between 18 and 70, the male gets lost in the shuffle when things happen. And you got to make sure that you're delicate with them, because a lot of times we've been holding it in.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we trained to do. We've been
Yeah.
trained to hold it in. We've been...
So I was blessed to be a part of that situation. Even though it was trying, I was able to have hands on you and eyes on you and make sure that everything went well if you was in my city and had to get back to Baltimore.
Yeah, man, and
So
that's what it's
that's what
about.
it was
Like I
about,
said,
yeah.
it's trying times, man, because it's like, in that time since he's passed, I've gotten more to the spiritual side of things. And, so for anybody that's going through a trying time right now, it's a passage in the Bible. It's like 1 Peter 5, verse 10, where it says, after you struggle with Christ for a while, you be made anew according to his riches and glory. So, right now going on just in my life in general, like I got my wife and my 4 kids. As the last time I was up here, 2 of them on the spectrum with autism. So you be dealing with that. There's always that avenue to deal
Got
with.
an awesome family too. I know
Oh, yeah,
everybody.
man. They love you too.
Appreciate that.
Dealing with, my mom's being a widow now. So another verse I think it's 1 Timothy. I don't know the exact. I'm still learning the scripture, but it's more about me being her son and the oldest son. I'm now responsible for my mother as a repayment for her taking care of me.
Absolutely.
So you dealing with that. Then I got my mother-in-law right now. She coming upon some recent recent health challenges and things like that. But to my mother-in-law, Cynthia Reed, just make sure, like I said just earlier, 1 Peter 5, verse 10. I mean, you struggling right now, but you will be made new. Everybody will be made anew. Now, what day that comes, I don't know. But that's where your spirit, which is the direct relationship with your higher power, come in. So I mean, now I'm here to help. If you ever need a prayer or something, if you ever need something, I'm here to help you, because helping is just me assisting you in attaining what you thought was impossible to become possible. You know what I mean? So that's just my job, just like this is your job. You helping me, guide me through this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the same way. So for everybody out there, just know that whatever you're going through, there will be a time where you will be made anew, and this will all be something that you can tell somebody else on to help them out in the same situation. So I mean, so now it's like, as I'm getting older, it's just more about me being alert and of sober mind. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always something lurking, prowling like a roaring lion, trying to attack at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm just trying to be that individual. You know what I'm saying? As I'm getting older and wiser, see these grays.
Hey man, wise words being spoken. You talking that talk. You talking that taste, man.
My man.
And definitely prayers to your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And her situation. Yeah. You said her name, so any of the prayer warriors that's tapped in, a lot of the ones I know want a name, a tangible name to say.
Oh yeah.
And y'all
Cynthia
got that.
Reed.
Y'all got that. So send some positive energy their way and the family's way, because that's fire. That's fire. That's what we here for.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me big you up.
Okay.
Because I don't know how long it's been,
This is kind of rare.
but you found a new way Cause you already a staple at homecoming. You somebody that I go down there, and if I don't see you on the yard or somewhere at some point, I don't feel like my trip was complete. You know what I'm saying? But you found a way to tie yourself into homecoming before it even happened for the whole 10-year span of alumni for Morgan State, like from above to below our years, like that look forward to what you do every single year.
I mean, I appreciate that,
and it's thoughtful, and it's written out, it's documented. Like, this is not light work. Like,
no, I mean, I take time into it because I want to make sure that I want to make sure my words have an impact, because words create worlds. So when you spell out the word, I know that's a tongue twister, but then you also spell out the word worlds. Right. The only difference is the letter L. So if you speak the wrong word, you can create an L in the world that you live in.
Talk heavy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to be delicate about it, and also speaking in a way that is detrimental is very dangerous. You know what I mean? Especially when you misinform on what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I felt like for myself to come here, because you the same amount of homecomings I done been to, you done been to, so you got your own perspective. Now I just put it in a way I might tell it a little different, but guess what? You a storyteller too. Yeah, man. So it's like putting us together in a room to speak on this. Come on, man. This is
gonna be fun. This is absolutely gonna be both said it. It's fun. But this started as Facebook posts.
It started as like a Facebook post, and then it was kind of like my wife and other people came to me like, maybe you should try it on the audio, because that's a lot to read. Right. And that made sense. Right. And then I did it on, like, I had my own what you call it? Not, let's say, a website, but somewhere I would post my stories or whatever. Same thing, where it was like, it was just too long to read. So then it was like, why don't you try it on an audio standpoint? So I did that, and then people started listening to it more and more, and then something just clicked, like, you know what? My guy from Philly, you know what I mean? He got Sippin' with Sammie. You know, I know him as Rice. Everybody else call him Sam Malone or whatever they want to call him.
But it's a bunch of names out there.
There's a bunch of them, you know what I mean? But
I am what I am.
Yeah, that's what it is. And so it's from that, it just was like, yo, why not just reach out to you, see like if we can make this visual? Because you had mentioned it, but I didn't really think deep about it. Like, nah, ain't nobody really, you know. But then I was like, hey, let's go for it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think it piggybacked on what my father said. You know, it's time for the world to hear you. That don't mean hear you one time. That's just keep going. So so it just kind of revisited this idea. So I was just like, yo, let me holler at you, and here we are.
No, I'm excited to do it. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Like I said, you are a wordsmith. So I want you to just introduce it and get into a little bit of the intro, and then we can get into what is known as the rules of homecoming.
Yeah. So basically, homecoming this year, October the 5th. Shout out my brother, Rob Green. That's also his birthday. You know what I mean? 10 Legends. Oh, man. 10 Legends and all that. You know how I do AI. You know how I go down. But all this, you know, will tie into October the 5th. So basically, dearly beloved, man, we gathered here today to get through this thing called homecoming. Homecoming is a microcosm of life, because homecoming is a group of people battling against the unknowns, but they also fighting for the best possible outcome. You know what I'm saying? And life has a way to humble you. Life has a way to sit you down and make you reflect. But also, God states that I oppose the proud, but I favor the humble. So you being humbled is not necessarily a bad thing, because you know you still have favor from a source. So whatever state that you're in, you still got a higher power guiding you in the right direction. It's just trying to decipher through all the noise and decipher through everything else, you know, trying your best not to lean on your own understanding about what's going on, because a lot of times that's where we fail off the bat. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, and then homecoming is great because, like I just mentioned with life, a lot of us don't come back. Right. You know, between now and this year, you know, some people we losing lives out here like at a rapid rate. So you know what I mean, it's still wild to not not think about me seeing Miss G in that dark blue swishy suit.
Oh man.
With the hair in the bun, and she in the golf cart, getting driven around. You know what I'm saying? Like that will never change, but that'll never go away. So it's like homecoming is just kind of like a wellness check. To kind of make sure we all doing all right.
We still here, baby.
We still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for those that are not, because we done lost a lot of people from our Morgan era, man.
Absolutely, a lot of great ones.
A lot of great guys, a lot of great women. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just for me, it's like a wellness check on doing this. But I want y'all to have fun with it because we got enough issues with life alone as it is. Homecoming shouldn't be nothing.
Absolutely.
That homecoming week, it should be like that feeling you get when you know your PTO been approved. You slam that laptop down. You put your out of office on, like, yo, that's what the homecoming feel is to me. Like, it's this is euphoric time. It's like a time capsule. You know what I'm saying? Where one, we the majority.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
You're amongst like-minded people.
Love.
And you're able to bridge the gap between those that are older than us and then those that are younger than us. So yeah, we might not be at homecoming at 11 a.m. and all that. You might not. You might want to get there around 3, 4. I don't know. Whatever, you know what I mean? But however it go, you just know October 5th, Morgan State University, where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there. My man Sam Malone will be there.
Sipping.
Everybody gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Sipping. But in order for you to do this, you gotta have a good time. But you gotta, with everything that you do, you gotta follow instructions in order to do this. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I would say my first drawing would be. I had to say
I see what you did there.
I had to do that because
you did it well.
I appreciate that.
Well.
I appreciate it. Is to govern yourself accordingly. You see what I'm saying? So like, even
rule number 1.
That's rule number 1.
You putting up numbers on this one.
This might be the biggest one out of all of them because it's one of those points where if you get lost in any other rules I come up with, refer to number 1. But govern yourself accordingly. Like, it's a very simple concept, but it's difficult for us because, like I said earlier, we lean on our own understanding. So therefore, we don't, we have a plan. Well, what Trump said the other day, I got concepts of a plan, but you're not following that. Like, this should be like your mission statement. This should be your code of conduct. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way that, oh man, it's just, I ain't even gonna say that the same way. You just need to govern yourself accordingly. You just got to be able to, when you realize what you are really amongst when you're on Morgan State's campus, when you're at that tailgate, when you're at the yard and you see all these like-minded people that you met at 17, 18, now in their 40s with their businesses and careers and all that. And then you're just looking at the melanin of the women, man. It's just insane.
But that's what I wanted to add on to earlier.
Yeah,
as we've aged in homecoming, I've realized we just celebrate each other so much nowadays because we have social media where we can still see that you got something going on and what you putting down, and we appreciate it. Then I bump into you and it's like, bro, what you been doing? Monumental. It's about to be crazy. Stay in there. Let me know what you need. Like, I get a lot of that. I be giving a lot of that, and that feels awesome. Like that small business, all of that camaraderie, unity. It's like we do that. We do that, and we got people that's doing big business, but they gonna come run and play with you, run and play with me. You know what I mean? We got Mo Dirty doing the bartending for all the bent wine, all the bent wine situations. That's a collaboration.
You got the old tricks, he got the whole week.
You see what I'm saying?
Like
it's beautiful. Crazy. So it's like that's what we celebrate each other. It's more than just partying now. We are celebrating. Being here, but also what you got going on, what she got going on, what he got going on is a thing. And if you got something, I got $40 to buy something, and you know what I mean? Grab a hat or something, and it's dope. It's dope.
Yeah, man, because this is one of the things, like I said, like when you see the melanin that's said there, and then when you see how the women is going to be looking, man. They look like, you know how you see a fresh piece of chicken coming out the fry?
Oh, man.
Or that fresh piece of fish coming out the fry, like,
I know what you're talking about.
Goodness gracious, man! Just to see them in such an elegant form, why would you want to mess that up trying to be the tough guy?
And then the crazy thing
You know what I'm
is,
saying? Crazy.
you got a bunch of women that are beautiful and may
Yeah.
not even be clicked up, so to speak.
Right.
They're all showing each other love.
Exactly.
They're
Why would
hugging.
you-
They're smiling.
Yeah.
They stepping together.
So
Come
it's
on,
like, why
man.
you want to mess that up trying to be the tough guy in a form where we're all, you know, like you said, you businessmen. We got engineers, doctors, lawyers, this, that, and the fourth. People that got a
Jewelers.
lot of stuff to lose, and you let that moment of bravado that's really unnecessary. Unless it's life or death, that's something different. But if
But
it's
it's
just,
never really
it's
that.
never that, because homecoming don't even provide you that vibe to where you're in danger.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's time for you to have a good time, let your hair loose.
If
know,
you get
fellas.
excited, you might need to think too much to kill it, too much to kill it, too much to kill
Yeah.
it. And fall back.
Yeah, fall back. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna lead to another rule too. So I'm glad you brought that up. We gonna get to that later on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, just have a good time, man. It's just we're here to style and profile. We on our Ric Flair shit right now. You know what I'm saying? When we get on campuses, we gonna be like, woo! You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what we got. That's what we gonna be on, because it's just seeing everybody and just being able to celebrate each other, because everybody don't get that chance.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
The
So-
the HBCU experience is a real thing.
Yes,
I
it
know
is.
people think that, like, when people talk about it, that on the outside of it, it seems like a uppity thing, but it's like, no, you take real pride in being around people that won't give you everything you want, but always make sure you got everything you need.
Yep.
And that's one of the things you experience.
I think, yeah, that's-
throughout.
Yeah, like you said, it's like, just think about what happened last year when it all shut down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's millions of dollars that we lost. You know what I'm saying? People calling for Dr. Wilson Head to be on the chopping block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just because somebody decided not to govern themselves accordingly. They didn't adhere to the rules and regulations. And just for that moment that we had to sit that out. Now, I mean, COVID was different because that was biological warfare we
Yeah,
was dealing with.
can't do nothing about that.
Can't do nothing about that. But this, we can control that. So it's like when between the stimulus and the response, there's a gap in between there in which you control.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, it's all about self-control. It's all about self-discipline. So, you know, that's why I think governing yourself accordingly is such a powerful statement that you can just use in everyday life. So everything that I'm talking about here, you know, you could include this in everyday life. But like Sam said, if you get lost in any of this translation, refer to rule number 1, which is this. You know what I'm saying? So based on your end, like what you thinking? Like you, like I said, you've been to the same amount of homecomings as me. What's your perspective on that?
Govern yourself accordingly, I think, is important because the excitement will get to you so fast, yo.
Yes, indeed.
Like, I used to have this thing when if I wasn't driving, soon as we got off 95, I'm sipping.
Yep.
I realized an hour later, I done drunk a half a fifth.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to ruin the rest of my day. Cause I'm gone. I'm at it's club time in my head, but we still strolling around, walking around, killing time, getting something to eat.
And that walk can be that walk can turn into a marathon when you third.
I started parking. I started literally just when everybody would be at the football game, I'd be at the tailgate.
Yeah.
And then at some point when I know the game's about to be over, I will go over for the let out. And then I go back to the tailgate. I really can't do the whole stroll no more.
Yeah, like
man.
that whole, and then it's just like now you dealing with the weather elements, and God forbid it's a nice day and then you third. You know what I mean? You know, with me, I'm a big fella, so I'm sweating regardless. Like I even, you know, now you know, some people going to debate whether or not you're a big guy or not, or big person or not. Here's one test you can do. If you take a shower and you start sweating in the shower, you a big individual, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Well, your sweat glands might be active.
Your sweat glands is going to be active, so you add liquor to that, and at a quick consumption, you're putting yourself in the danger zone, and you don't want to be alone in that. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why you govern.
Oh, bring snacks.
Yes, most indeed.
Bring snacks. All y'all with these bags and all of that.
Yeah. Put them satchels or the man purses or whatever y'all fellas want to use. Put them shits to use. But
shout out Drizlo. Drizlo had a bag full of snacks last year.
Yeah,
bro.
man. That's what I'm saying. He used his brain on that.
Man, he was sharing.
He used his brain on that. You know what I'm saying? He knew what it was. But it's just like, yo, so let's put that in the fanny packs and all that. Yo, put that all of that to use, man. Have snacks in there. Make sure you straight, because you know we too old to be falling like Groove from House Party,
bro. And them food truck lines be phenomenal. So
Yes,
you
yeah,
gotta have a
indeed.
little peanuts or something on you.
Yeah, get something going, man. Like, and then like I said, which we're for. Yeah, man, feeding. I would say if you had to go to a second rule, I would probably say daycare. Daycare is definitely so. That's number 2. That's very important off the simple fact that you're not going to have the type of fun that you want to have if you got your kid around. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a parent 365 days out the year anyway. So why not get a day to yourself to where you can just let your head down and be yourself for a few moments in time. You can just just be free. You know what I'm saying? But you know that it's coming, so it's like you having daycare for homecoming. It's kind of like the dessert section when you at Thanksgiving, man. They just go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because you can always have that debate. What's more important, the sides, dessert? I don't even think the turkey and all that's even important no more. It's more about the sides and the dessert for me. But maybe that's why I'm 300 plus pounds too. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to capture that whole experience on homecoming, like you gotta make sure your kids is taken care of, because you're not gonna be at ease if your kids is not at ease. So yeah, just get the daycare situated off the break, and you know what I mean, have a good time, man. Like, you know what I mean. So what you thinking on there, Sam?
I think daycare is important. I think the only exception is parents that have that thing where it's like, I want my kid to experience that. At a certain age, where they'll be able to realize that, because they're on their way to this, hopefully. Yeah. And I mean, do that a year or two, and that's cool. But do it at specific ages and specific times that make sense for their progression and their understanding of what's going on. Yeah. And if you can't find daycare, a lot of y'all be in groups, man. You got designated drivers. Had a designated, I ain't going to the party tonight, or babysit, put all the kids to bed, and then you still balance it out from the day, and you can still enjoy your night. You're not rushing back home, and hopefully sober enough to get there and safely, but rushing back home at the last minute because you cutting it close because somebody got to go out tonight and they holding your kids down. Don't even do all that. Plan better. Yes, but I like that.
But you made a good point on that, was the ages that you want to bring your kids. Like I'm not a proponent of you bringing your newborn up here,
man.
You know what I'm saying? It's too many people, too many germs. People, like you said, already liquored up, so it's just not that environment. If you're gonna do it, then now you gotta have the baby in the hazmat suit, and then you gotta. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that situated. You know what I mean? And then you being the mother bear, because now you don't want everybody touching, holding the baby and all that. I did that stupidness one time with my oldest kid.
You said I learned from.
Yeah, I learned from experience. So everything I'm talking about, I've either done it or seen people do it and just wanted to reflect so that y'all don't do the same mistakes that I did, man. Yeah, man, I did that with my first kid, Morgan. I'm like, oh, yeah, my daughter named Morgan after the school. She got said, but she was born in May, and I bring her on campus in October. So what you talking about, like 5 months? Like, come on, man. She's still seeing in black and white. She don't know what's going on.
You was excited.
I was excited, but at the same time, it was like, oh, I can't drink like this. I can't hang with the fellas. At that time, I was still smoking. I can't smoke. I got the stroller around, you know what I'm saying? And, it's overrated.
I heard that.
That's definitely overrated. But, if your kid like 15, 16, and you want them to see the college experience, like Sam said, then that's cool. But just to bring them, everybody gonna do their own thing. But if you come to homecoming this year and they say it wasn't a good time after you hearing this and you still did not listen, that's on you for real.
It is what it is, and we gonna move to number three. Number three,
man. We just make sure your house clean, yo. Make sure your house clean. You know the reason why I say your house is clean, because like Sam just said, if you got the designated person that's gonna watch your kids, you want to make sure when you turn the light on, the roaches don't come out.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? When you you know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta start that preparation way before homecoming.
Yeah, way before homecoming. Or if you know you're gonna have people over, so you want them to sober up before you go to the party, or even pregame for the party, make sure your house is clean, man. You just want to make sure that that is situation. You know what I mean? It's not a situational thing. Like, this is awareness. Like, you want people, because I can tell you what, it's not clean. I can guarantee you, group me is frying you.
Mm-hmm.
Your group chat is on fire. You will get subbed at some point on social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so just avoid that. You know what I mean? Make sure your house clean. But if you want to, you know, and I'm not saying you got to do it the way you got the white carpet room only type of thing. But you know your house. You know what it needs to be in order to be suitable for entertainment. So, you know, you got enough time. Like,
don't be trying to beat us to your house and we be sitting in the car for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
7 cars out front your house, and you in there trying to make sure ain't no drawers hanging around.
Yeah, you could have, you know, you knew we was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I
I'd
mean?
appreciate that.
Yeah,
actually.
you
I
knew
like
we
that
was
one.
coming. You know what I mean? But like, what's your thoughts, man?
No, I'm 100% with that one. I don't even got no feedback on that one. I think that's solid.
Yeah.
And mind you, these are everyday things. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these rules that I'm saying is not just for homecoming, but it applies for this homecoming, but it also applies for real life, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what all this is about. Like I said earlier, homecoming is just a microcosm of life. So what I'm talking about here, you can apply this to your everyday life for real. You know what I'm saying?
I like number 4, but I think you got to read that one. I need you to read number 4 for me.
Okay, all right. So number 4, you know what I'm saying? Number 4 is grooming. All right. So homecoming is that fashion show, that fashion week wish it could be, which meaning grooming will be at its pinnacle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even before I got here today, I made sure I had to get the haircut and all that. And then I even changed my shirt in the car because I didn't want the loose hairs from the cut on the shirt.
Yeah,
before
you gotta be careful when you get a fresh.
I didn't want to look like Scooby Doo just shagging on everybody.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, fellas, make sure you got them loose hairs taken care of before you leave, because the last thing you want to do is you want to hug a girl and your face line up with her face, and now her face look like Anthony Hamilton's bed because you know you done got your loose hairs all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So
you
know,
are ridiculous.
I mean, but we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. All the stuff that we talking about, that I've seen this. So I'm not talk. I talk how I live it. You know what I mean? So, like, ladies and gentlemen, choose your products wisely, right? So I know, you know, ladies, you want to make sure you got the fresh face and all that, but I don't want you to look like Gina when she went to Martin Homecoming either, because you trying some new product that you ain't never experienced with. So, like, ladies, be careful on that. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to deodorant, that's self-explanatory.
Yo,
But go ahead.
When y'all wearing the makeup,
Yeah, go ahead,
make
man.
sure that it don't look green in the sunlight. Some of y'all be beating face for homecoming, and I seen a couple aliens, and y'all was prettier, beautiful, gorgeous without it. And then I got alien vibes. I don't know what you was covering up, but your lighting and your gland mirror ain't working like the sun. So you came out green.
Yeah, I mean,
And
now
I don't think you want them pictures up online when you green.
Nah, homecoming is not the time for it to be, you know, Men in Black 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need that. And then, you, like I said earlier with deodorant, like, that's just basic common sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But when you apply to different areas as well, like for myself, like, you know, you're a bigger guy, you know, you sweat under the chest, man. Hey, it's cool. You be comfortable with yourself. And acknowledge these things ahead of time, because, like I said, man, this is something.
So is this like a spray or a roll-on when you doing under your chest?
Oh man, it depends on
Either or
in my house, because I got 6 people that's using deodorant, so I just got fend for myself.
Yo, you are vicious.
But I would rather that than you know, because hugs is gonna be important.
Hugs are important at homecoming.
Hugs are important, which will be a further rule. You know what I'm saying? But you just don't. I'm too old and I'm just too cool in myself to be coming around just not properly.
I heard
you know
that.
What I mean?
Be self-aware, man.
Gotta be self-aware of these things. And I know I'm a bigger guy, so yeah, I had a washcloth on deck to make sure if I gotta dab my forehead and all that, because I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, leave you like you got out the shower because you hugged me and all that. No, it's not swim class with Michael Phelps or nothing. You know what I mean? So
I ain't gonna lie, I be rocking these sometimes at the joint, and you know what happens? This just a rag.
Exactly.
It's coming off, and it's gonna be wiping the face
exactly.
all day, and it's going in the pocket eventually because I can't even wrap it back around my forehead. It's sweatier than I am.
Yeah, man. So you know, be diligent, and like I said, self-awareness. Self-awareness is key. In these situations, because you don't
want to be that one.
No,
they will have a group chat and you will not be in it. There will be a whole Facebook group and you will not be in it.
You'll be
and
a
they'll
meme.
be playing trivia games like guess that smell and by name.
You'll be a meme, and that's not what you want to do.
That's crazy. When they just cut your head off and just show what you had on and be like, did you smell this person?
Right. Come on, man.
That's vicious.
It is, especially with us being in our 40s. Like, this is crazy.
I'm intrigued by number 5 because number 5 is always like a dice roll.
Yeah.
If you coming from out of town, this is rough.
So number 5 is know the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and speak on that. Like you said, you coming from Philly, come down to Baltimore. How is it a dice roll for you?
For me, our weather is very similar. We only might be 5 degrees off, 10 degrees off at most when it comes to temperature.
Right.
But this time of year, it's always like, is the day before the windy day or the day of the windy day?
Yeah.
Like, it's like stuff like that, like little variables that be weird. And they be like, I really got to wake up to figure out what I'm wearing
Yep.
before I go down there. Like, I can have some ideas,
Yeah.
but I got to have a raincoat option, a hoodie option, and a t-shirt option. And hopefully they all go together.
Right. Yeah, because like I said, it's still fashion week at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's still fashion week, so you still got to be...
And I don't want to buy nothing unless it's Morgan, unless it say Morgan on it.
Yeah, if it got Morgan on it, cool. But
Yeah,
you
you
know what I mean?
grab
But
that.
you already came...
I'm going to be situated.
You already came with your vision in mind, so now you like, yo, I gotta know what this weather is.
Shout out to my New York guys that wear they orange and blue and orange foam posits.
Oh yeah, all day.
Y'all are legends.
Yeah.
Y'all are legends for y'all
that
Morgan,
is-
y'all Morgan foam posits.
Yeah, man. That is definitely top tier.
That's a staple.
That's a top tier staple, and that is a legit
thing.
Fendi fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them on that. But like you said, man, like temperature, and then also temperature varies because if it's say 58 degrees at 9 a.m., you're not at homecoming at 9 a.m.
Nope.
If you're getting to homecoming at 4,
If I hit the road at 9, I'm getting there closer to noon.
Right.
And now it's high. The sun is at its highest.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the sun go down, it get cold. You ever been at the tailgate when it start freezing?
Yeah. But see, for me,
And everybody still trying to figure out what they about to do, and I'm like, man, I'm be in my car.
Yeah, but see that for me, that's when I thrive because I'm just a big guy. So that's big boy weather for me. So it's like, you know, even like right now it's September and it's 84 degrees in Philly.
84, bro.
Like what? Like I had a whole Morgan hoodie I was gonna wear up here today, and I was like, nah, I just gotta divert. I gotta.
We'd have turned the air on for you. We'd have held you down.
I know that's cool, but I mean, you know, I had to call an audible. It was an Omaha. I had to call, man. Like it just cannot.
But this is how homecoming do me. It'd be like, yo, I was gonna wear the hoodie, but damn.
Yeah, man. Because the last thing,
like, yeah, still take the hoodie.
Yeah, you still take it, but just it's just going to be a situation where you just gotta go with your instincts on this, and then, you know, just do your due diligence for real.
Layers,
man.
plan for layers,
but
plan
you know, just you know, and then also know the weather, like from a clothing perspective, like you know, to the ladies out there, if you want to wear heels or something.
Well, see, the women are savages.
Exactly,
they brave the elements.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But they still be careful because you might wear the heel one minute and then the next you looking like a baby calf.
Oh my goodness!
Because the feet hurting.
Listen,
but like you said, but they savages though. So I'm gonna let you tap into that.
Mariah Carey, they said she walked the Great Wall of China in heels, and she was smiling at the top. Get y'all work together, man. I'm gonna tell you how to get nice in heels. I'm gonna give y'all a secret. I shouldn't have to give y'all this, but my mama, grandmama, and all them swear by this. This is something you can do for your daughters. Make them clean the house in heels. Clean the house in heels. Saturday, Sunday, whatever they cleaning day is, do it in heels. You'll hit every motion that you could possibly hit while you cleaning the house.
Right.
And if you could do that, you could walk. I'm just saying, something to practice.
I mean, that's
might not be a secret, but clearly some of y'all don't know. And have fly sneakers for backup. We don't want to see the Willy Lump Lump slippers and the fuzzy slippers all homecoming. If you got to switch out, have something dope for backup.
That's the same for the fellas. Like if you gotta switch out a shirt, make sure your shirt is not the one you would have wore to the gym. You know what I mean? Or the shirt that you gotta wear when you gotta help your missus in the house because she got groceries or something. Like, come on, man. Like I said, this is that fashion week. This is that fashion week that New York and all in which they had, but it's gonna be right here, Baltimore, Maryland, October 5th. So I mean, that's just one of them things where, like I said, do your due diligence, man. So I know
we need a look page. Do we have a homecoming look page?
I don't know.
Somebody needs to grab people that's fly, that's carrying it, and put it all in one central location. We need a photographer to focus on that.
I think that's a genius idea. We just use it as like how you would on Pinterest or Poshmark or whatever them sites is.
And it could be a marketing thing, and it could support a lot of the entities that have things that we wear every year.
Definitely shout out. Her name is Carmen. Matter of fact, she from Philly and all that. Went to Morgan with us and all that. She got this whole sew along community going along, and she be coming up with all these looks and all that. That you know, be killing it out here.
Let's create a space for that.
Yeah, let's create another
promo tool for the businesses and the university.
Yeah,
like,
without a doubt.
The kids tap into these spaces too and be like, oh, they I want to be like that.
Exactly. Because we're not that far removed from this younger generation.
We still look good, man. I be
Exactly,
seeing y'all every year. Y'all look good.
Yeah, man. Y'all
look good, man.
It's something, like I said, something about the melanin where you can be in a room and say you 57, I believe it. But then if you said you 18, I believe that too.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean? That's a wild difference, right?
No, but it's some folks, bro. It's some folks, man.
Yeah.
Like them mother-daughter pictures y'all be seeing on the internet. They had our homecoming.
Yeah.
They had our homecoming.
And you still don't know who's who.
They look like sisters.
You still don't know who's who.
It's
so
a
you
fact.
just gotta tread lightly. Like, that's one of them. You got that's a double dutch in the making.
That's crazy. When them alumni cheerleaders hop on the field or homecoming,
y'all,
man,
Jesus Christ,
break laws.
Yeah, they break laws of gravity, still doing flips and all that. You be like,
crazy splits, doing the one leg, man. Listen,
yeah, man, yeah.
I love us.
Shout out to
Keem. I love us.
Yeah, I love all of us, man.
Oh, that's a dope one.
So number 6, right? I'm gonna let Sam talk this started out, but number 6 is know your wallet.
Know your wallet is a goodie, right? Because you don't have to stunt, right, to have fun and to turn up.
Right.
So you get you one of them sippy cups. You got one of them keep your drink cold all day cups or something like that. You throw your cubes in there. You throw your preferred beverage in there. You already cut a lot of things out the way. You ain't gotta ask nobody for nothing. You can sip all day. Nobody know that that's the cheap stuff.
Yeah,
that's what you drink. Just drink it.
Yeah,
enjoy it in moderation.
Just,
Make sure you pace yourself, as we said earlier. Also, there's a lot of parties.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
A lot of parties.
Yeah.
A lot of people selling tickets.
Yep.
You don't have to go to any of those parties.
No, you don't.
But damn sure don't go to the party you can't afford, because that will not be the end of what you can't afford.
Right. Because
when you get in there,
you still got to buy something.
It's all sections.
Yep.
Bottles.
Yep.
Hookah. The bar is all the way over there. And if you don't have a section, you're not buying bottles, guess what happens when you go to the bar? You see 5 of your favorite people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, get my man a shot. Get her a cranberry juice. She don't drink. Get him a da-da-da-ba-ba. That was a $7 cranberry juice, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get my man a beer. Oh yeah, y'all got a bottle. I'm drinking with y'all. All right, let me get a 6-pack of beer for the table.
Yep.
You done bought a bottle.
That's a whole, about to say, that's a smooth.
You done bought a bottle.
Yeah, you just ain't getting no sparkler with that one.
You just ain't getting no show.
No sparkler or no old ladies walking to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, you know.
Find a way to have fun. And we all have groups of people and homies like he part of squad. It's a lot of us.
Yeah, without doubt.
But we have squad that promote some of these events. Shout out to Dukes and them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Tricks and Zeke and all of them.
Yep.
So it's like we go to support, but we're in a situation, and a lot of y'all are, where just plan ahead. And if you clean the house, after party at the crib.
Yeah.
At the party at the spot.
Yeah.
Invite squad. We might come pregame there. Then y'all know y'all got some handsome fellas there for a little bit. Then we dip out.
Yeah.
Go to the club if we going to the club. Or maybe we just make your situation a situation if you do it right, and we just turn it up, because we come to enjoy. But we respect each other's situations.
Yes, indeed.
Nobody asks nobody about nothing. It just, look, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. You cool with this?
Yeah.
Yo, order some food. All right, like, and it just go like that.
It'll
like,
flow.
Yeah.
It'll flow. It'll definitely flow. It's kind
But
of
know
like,
your wallet, man.
yeah, man, know your wallet is important because it's kind of like these horror stories we hear about these girls doing on the girls trip because they ain't know they wallet. You know what I'm saying? And now you got ruined friendships over Sonny's chicken box. Like, you should not. Come on, man.
Shout out to Sonny's. They back.
Hey, Sonny's
They
is back.
back.
Sonny's back. That whole shopping center is
Lit again.
lit.
It's crazy.
You hear me? So you got the Sonny's, the Georgia Peach. You got, you know, if you want to be healthy, you got the tropical smoothie and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of options. So it's a lot of food options. So even if these food trucks is a little more expensive than your taste, you still got food options. So you can still nourish yourself, because the last thing you want to do is not know your wallet, and then by you not knowing the weather, your check body engine light come on. You know what I'm saying? So now your knees hurting, your back hurting, your stomach growling.
I'm a savage. I usually get a platter from a truck.
Yeah.
And then right before we leave, or right before they close, I be trying to grab a Sonny box.
Yep, yes sir.
No
Yes, sir.
lie. I
Yes,
always
sir.
wind up doing both.
You got to, because
Yeah,
you
man.
there long enough, you consumed
It's an
enough.
all day thing, yeah.
You've consumed enough drink in your system to where you gotta replenish yourself, because you know you got another event potentially after that, whether it's a crib or a club. Your night does not end at 7:00.
And shout out to the Kappas.
Yes,
and I
sir.
believe it was Up and Up. It was a few groups last year that had full smorgasbord.
Oh yeah. Shout out
For
to
the
AI.
free.
Yeah, shout out AI on that, man. Shout out to
For the
shout out
free.
to my brothers on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
without
y'all
a
went
doubt.
crazy.
I mean, because we understood.
I'm talking about food, like no, like
Yeah.
everything was out there.
Yeah, because we understand.
Barbecue, seafood, all that. It was Baltimore spread.
Yeah, we understand what homecoming is.
No, that was love. Shout out to y'all, man.
It was a family event. So yeah, we got some people that.
Cause I remember the brothers that was telling me, no, go ahead, get you something. And the bottles was over there. But they was like, no,
Yeah.
you good, bro, you good. And I'm like, and I'm looking at who in line. I'm like, I know I'm good. But
Right.
it wasn't no rush. It was like, no, in an hour, they still go add some food. And they did.
Yeah.
Y'all did that.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, the reason why knowing your wallet is important is because, like, we homeowners. We business owners, and that mortgage company does not care about homecoming. So you
You
don't
don't
want
plan
to.
for emergencies.
Nah, so you don't want to pray for the Lord to stretch your wallet like the 2 fish and the 5 loaves and all that if you don't need to, because now you stressing. Like when you take that math test and it's A, B, C, and D, and it's 7, 8, 9, 10, but you came up with 243.
Wow.
So you know what I mean? But see
Simple
now,
enough.
so now, ladies, I want you to kind of be aware of that, because lurking in the wings, in the background, is that Nate from Set It Off type individual that knows you in the jam, and now you looking like Stoney.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
You in a bind. And then, fellas, we not out the head crosshairs on that neither, because there's a Lady Eloise in the tuck
Everywhere.
too. Lady Eloise on the tuck with her
Marcus.
with her moo on and all that, with the bunny
Moo-moo.
with the bunny slippers on.
Rubbing a
But
cat.
you need a payday loan, huh? You gonna pay today for that loan? You hear me, short?
Yo, you hilarious.
But
I know your wallet is heavy.
yeah, it's heavy because we at the age now where the stunting is not necessary. Like, in our 20s, we thought that was cool, but 40 plus families and all that, you taking care of other people besides yourself. Like, come on, man. Like, you should be able to have a good time.
I'm a sweatsuit person. So
Me too.
I be
Yeah.
trying to be comfortable.
Yeah, and that's
then
another thing.
if
Be
I gotta wear
comfortable,
something
yo.
At the end of the night, then I'll switch up at the end of the night. But I
Yeah.
don't really be trying too far.
Yeah, it don't have to. Even though we stated throughout.
I got
the whole,
semi-formal sweatsuits though. I'm a beast.
Yeah.
I got some joints.
I'll definitely give you your props on that. Like,
I got some joints that'll get me in the club.
Yeah, my semi-formal has evolved to a Nike sweatsuit instead of Walmart. But I don't know if I can get in the club with that just yet.
Nah.
And I'm too old to
Play
get
them
turned away.
games. Right? Ain't that weird?
To
That's
get
weird.
turned away from it. You know what I'm saying?
But let's get to number 7 though.
Yeah, number 7. Yo, be confident, man. Yo, before you leave for homecoming, look in the mirror and tell yourself, like, yo, I am the man. I'm the woman. I don't care what else is going on. Kind of like the little Boosie song and whatnot when he was like, yo, what's the song?
Which one? They be on the nigga. Yeah, they want the nigga. They
That
be
one?
on the nigga.
That's one of
That's
them.
my joint.
Yeah, that's the one, but also the one where you be like, I don't care how broke I am right now. Tank on E, drinks on me.
yep.
But you still confident in yourself despite all that. So, I mean, so, you know, shout out to any
He
lady.
said gas tank on E, but
Yep.
all drinks on me. Wipe
Shut
it
it
down.
down. Wipe me down, man. So,
Yeah.
ladies, be thankful if you got to jump into them jeans, man.
I heard that.
If you got to jump into them jeans, man, yo, hey, ladies, be thankful for that, man. You know, fellas, if you know you had to pay
Cut your
that-
hair bald
Yeah,
or let the gray shine.
yeah.
It's all right. You
Let it
earned
go.
that.
Let it go.
You earned that. You live long enough. And homecoming is not somewhere where you going somewhere to be accepted. You deserve to be there.
Right.
You put thousands of dollars, whether that was out your pocket or awarded to you for your hard work, which
Yeah.
means you earned that.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of time and energy into that situation. Find your group, find your pocket, find your vibe, and be confident in that.
Yeah, man, because we are at the age now where we don't need the George Jefferson shape up. You know what I'm saying? If
It's
you got,
all right.
If you got it, go bald, man. It's
Let it
cool.
go.
Let it go. Let it go, man. Like, you don't want it to be where you got the dreads, but you always gotta wear your snapback backwards,
Bro.
because you bald up top, but then you got the dreads dangling. Like,
Yeah, man.
Even Stevie Wonder be like, "Come on, chill out, yo. Stop that."
Oh, man. Jerry
Um,
Rice.
Yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and also, fellas, be confident in yourself too, yo. Like myself, like I know every time I got bipolar was that fat tax that's applied to it. But I still look fly in this polo, even though I know I could not get on the horse that's on the polo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still fly regardless. You know what I mean? I'm still fly. You know what I'm saying? And it's just always had that confidence in yourself, man. Whether you gained that freshman 15 or you got that adult 60, whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
And I ain't gonna lie, ladies. A lot of us like the grown woman body.
Oh yeah, but
you ain't got to look like you did when you was 20.
No.
If you out here, yeah, that's a whole lot of women, and that's enough.
That's enough. Like we
That's
appreciate
enough.
you.
Like the grown woman body.
We appreciate you at your best self. So whatever your best self is, that's where we appreciate you at. We're not here to force you to go into a spectrum that does not suit you.
But you know how you can warm up?
Yeah,
You can warm up for homecoming
Absolutely.
by posting pictures of yourself that you did not take, so that we can see all of you before you get there.
Yeah.
No surprises.
There's no surprises.
Them
and it's
selfies,
also-
them angles and all that, you might have some people confused when you go to speak, because they going to be like, oh, I didn't know that was all of you. Anyway.
No, but I mean, it's true. We've all experienced that. Now, granted, I'm not, I'm already, in a situation where I'm not going to comment too much on that, because I know eventually somebody going to say it and then it's going to have something. But
Sonny, when you start taking all your angles, we going to have a conversation, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not there. I'm not, you know what I mean? This 300-pound body that you see now, you see it's a lot of white on this shirt, man. I appreciate the maker of this shirt for doing that. You know what I'm saying? But as the shirt say, life is art. That's what homecoming is. Life, it's an art. It's a way of expressing yourself. So be confident in how you express yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That part, man.
Yeah, man.
So far, you doing good with this list, man. You always kill it, but I'm liking it.
I mean, you know what I like about it? I like it because you add your perspective to it, and it doesn't sound like me being. It's not like me reading this. Now I do have some notes because it was just, I just had a certain flow that it was just, you had to hear that flow. You know what I mean? But just to be able to speak with you, this is a conversation.
Yeah.
This is two brothers talking
Absolutely.
as we prepare for this. But number 8, right? So we're going to start to get to the meat and potatoes of all this, right? Number 8, bringing your significant other who did not go to Morgan. So go ahead, hit some. I know some noises you got over there. You can go with that. I know you got some sound effects. You know what I'm saying? Now this is extremely important, right? And here's why I say that, because you're gonna have about 1,000, 2,000 people, maybe more
What?
at homecoming.
More than that.
Yeah, more than that, right?
Yeah.
And so, the scene is gonna be popping like over Redenbach in the microwave, you know what I'm saying? And the opportunity to create, and then you got the opportunity to create a story that only Zane can come up with. And that's how I know I'm old, because I'm using Zane, and I'm
Zane Sex Chronicles. Yo, you are crazy.
But am I lying?
Nah, you on it.
I'm not lying, right? So it's like you already ready to turn up and all that. You ready to have your fun, and then you forgot you got somebody with you that has no allegiance to your school. So now you're catering to him similar to how you would have catered to a child. You see what I'm saying? That's why daycare is important. That's what we talked about that earlier. Same thing with this. Number 8, you need adult daycare for this dude or this woman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it could turn into a recipe for disaster on this, because
I can explain.
Yeah, please
I can
do.
explain.
Please do.
I seen homegirls doing they regular, shooting they regular, doing whatever they do. And I've seen some homegirls that went out of their way to prove that they were still normal and they weren't putting on airs.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of these homegirls that was planning to go to the party later be home by the time the party started.
Exactly. And
I seen it.
We've seen it.
I seen people check out their rooms a day early.
Yep.
Because that didn't sit right. You hugged homie too long, or you was dancing too much, or you was trying to, or you was in your bag. And mind you, what makes it crazy is I've actually warned some of these women, like, yo, your man over there, like, he ain't really included.
Right. but see, like you said,
and I try to include them, but some of them don't be like on the way.
So it's kind of like what you said earlier, how you mentioned how like I'm squad or whatever.
Yep.
So these things is normal, it's natural for us. So when you bringing somebody that's not their natural habitat. Even if we give you the cosign, you still feeling awkward, because now your girl is around, or your guy's around people that you ain't had no knowledge existed until today.
And 9 times out of 10, they know him and her better than you do.
Exactly. So
and
now,
that's always in the back of your head. You try to hide it, but you know that people that went to college together know some things.
Yeah, and you know, and like I said earlier, if you judging based off of what you did in college, you condemning an innocent person. So I mean, we've all evolved, but you know, college had that time
but that
where
builds an insecurity in
exactly.
I know for sure in a lot of males,
without
and
a doubt.
I would guess in a lot of females.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's not always about what you've done that I know.
Right.
I might personally know how this person ticks better than you do.
Yeah.
Because they might have grown to a point where they're growing into what they're going to be.
Yep.
So they're shunning some of the original things that made them light up or tick or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like when a guy sees the girl from 20 years ago and he pops up with the Mike and Nikes, and she like, oh, you remember Mike and Nikes? She ain't Mike and Nikes in 20 years.
And you brought that up, say, old boy.
That's not nothing crazy. That's just makeup of people and what I know.
That's just how I remember you. So now you got old boy. Now he got that whole jealous guy in our town vibe from, you know what I mean? So now you got that to deal with, and then you just got the whole...
Your references are crazy.
Well, I appreciate it, because
I'm glad I could catch him, because you wild, bro. You all over the place. He is shooting. I feel like I should explain something. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
He's shooting all over the place. It's a jealous guy in our town.
Oh, baby. But nah, man, it's like it's just, we just don't...
Ooh, I do you one better.
Go ahead, go for it.
Know your personnel.
Yes.
Know your personnel.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. You got to know the personnel that you're dealing with, because you got, you know, if you got the crew where the one guy's the loose cannon. So now you're on the defense, because you got to make sure there might be a brawl for it all, and I got to make sure my lady protected. Or you might be around your group of girls, and you got the one girl that's, you know, how we would say a whole whore for real. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to deal with that. So it's just like, you know, it's just a recipe for disaster if you don't govern yourself accordingly, which is rule number 1.
Right.
Because then here's another thing. Like you said, a girl comes to homecoming, and she hugs 10 to 14 guys. Quickly.
That's if she hugs the nigga standing next to me.
Exactly. That's not. And that's
Y'all ain't even been there long.
That's not even. That's just being stationary.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the walk. The walk back and forth to campus, and you getting some food, and hey, what's up, baby? Da 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 da, and all that. And here he comes, just he like the dude that's he like William from Girlfriends on this. You know what I'm saying? He's just there. And and then you got to make sure you catering to him. Vice versa, you gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's like adult daycare, and then sometimes it could just be in a situation where it's just not. If he's not comfortable, you don't gotta bring him. That's another thing earlier when you said about stunting and all that. You don't gotta stunt by bringing another individual if you know that individual is not gonna generate a good experience while you're there. You know what I'm saying?
This is something you should be working on all year before homecoming. Make sure that your relationship is not based on insecurities.
Yes, indeed.
To where you're in a position where your mate says the only way that you can go is if I go.
That is where you have to
that's the one you don't want to bring.
But that's also what happens when you don't properly prepare neither. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in situations, I've seen situations to where guys have came, they did their thing, they got their hugs and all that, and then the next year she's toting them, and it's kind of like, who was this, who was that? Like, I don't really got time for the whole questionnaire. This is not a Scantron, and none of that. So yeah, man. But
but I do think it ties into number 9 though.
So number 9, I think is the most important. I think number 9 is where you can actually stop at. You know what I'm saying? I would say that is, maybe not. We floating. We floating. But number 9 is most important because it has the most high risk, high reward in the land, and that's breast to chest. Okay? So when you giving the hugs, the whole, do that one more time. Breast to chest, man. So breast to chest hugs is extremely important because that whole church vibe, the church hug where you got the one arm around the other shoulder, but then you got the leg kicked up in the air and all that. Like, no, man, that's not what you're doing at homecoming. That's not what this is about. This is our epitome of nonverbal communication. You know what I'm saying? Because but you gotta play it cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the time for you to get so overzealous that now the woman is uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You don't want to be like, what's your from Players Club? What's it? Marlon? The one that followed Diamond home. Don't be that guy. You know what I mean? But you can tend to be that guy because you just trying to, you got the breast and chest and now you think it's something deeper than rap. When it was just the chest, you know what I mean?
Thirst catting.
Yeah, man, embrace the hug, but don't make it awkward. But I mean, like I said, it's high risk, high reward because it's a high risk because if you do the hug and it's not really what she want, it's not going to be reciprocated the same.
Absolutely.
So now you got a negative energy balance going on, and now you butting heads. You know what I'm saying? And then also, just be respectful because the last thing you want to do is you want to give the girl breast to chest and then you brick at the same time. That's happened, but that's also the high risk, high reward.
Can you get that off my leg, please?
Yeah,
crazy.
Exactly. But that's the high risk, high reward because that could be a reward if that's something that she had in her picture in her mind. But that's also sexual harassment.
It's very strange.
Very strange. It's a very strange world to be in. But it's a case
He's
by
giving
case.
weird hugs, man. Why is he around?
Exactly. And then now she done made a post or she done made an alert.
Back to the group chat.
Yep, back to the group chat, back to the group meet, or just back to word of mouth where he's being weird. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
the breast to chest. The fact that you would point that out is hilarious.
Because it happens, and I've seen it. And it's been, like I said, a case by case scenario. Because you got situations where I've done it, and it went flawlessly. Everybody know what it was. It was nothing beyond that. It's just what it was. And then there's also certain situations where now it's just like, now people are making suspicions.
Yeah.
And, you know, with my wife being from Morgan as well, then they going to her.
Throw the wife.
God, though. I'm like, yo, man, come on. But I already had that talk with her ahead of time.
We know what it is.
We know what it is because she gonna
I'm hugging men like this at homecoming.
Yeah,
we go all the way in the bruh hugs.
Yeah, she gonna do the same thing. Like, we not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the jealous guy.
And sometimes I could be surprised. Some of y'all got breasts that didn't before.
That is a fact.
You know, these babies and all that, man.
Yeah, man, that is a fact.
I might have thought I was going in regular, and I wound up having to widen my stance and got caught in the middle somewhere. Anyway.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? But sometimes, like I said, the breast and chest could be a touch and go situation, because if you synchronize yourself with the breast and chest, and then you get the one leg up, they get their one leg up, so now you're doing like a
you with this leg up is crazy.
Because I've seen this where it's like you're doing the waltz all of a sudden. You one of them Alvin Ailey dancers. You know what I'm saying? Now you doing that. And, oh, it was good to see you. Now you looking like a teapot, short and stout and all that.
I think all the girls be doing ring around the rosy. They hug each other.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's some form of
that's
twist
funny.
and turn that you're doing with the breast and chest hug or whatever. But then it also can turn into, if you play your cards right now,
you might gotta play.
You gotta play. You hear me? You got a whole play for real. So, but like I said, be careful with the breast and chest and
because
everything.
of number 10.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the breast and chest, but it is vital. It is pivotal. It will be no other hug but that. So just embrace that. Be comfortable with it, and then, like, you know, with all this, rule number 1. Throughout all of this, govern yourself accordingly throughout all of this, and which ties into number 10. People are going to be watching your every move.
Lord.
So, like I mentioned
this
earlier,
like that scene on The Wire.
Oh yeah,
why?
Yeah,
because they watching. They watching.
And then, it's even if you did another Wire reference when Stringer Bell tells hey yo, you know that girl that you shot was a cop. He do that whole turn around, look around, that infamous meme. Now people watching, because I've had a sensitive situation where, you know, did a hug or whatever, and I did kiss on the cheek or whatever, but that's what I did normally.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and I meant to say that earlier, like, there's some of us males and some females we went to school with where it's customary for the kiss on the cheek joint. And I didn't even realize that till I got to college, because the Philly girls are so cold. Yeah. But like a lot of the homegirls, like, and it's funny because you'll meet their family, their mom, their sister, and they all do the same thing.
Right.
They hug you and they kiss you on the cheek. It ain't about nothing.
It ain't about nothing, but you also gotta play it delicately, especially if they did not follow rule number 8.
Yo, you always gotta look over people's shoulder when you speak to them at homecoming, like you said.
Right, so then and then especially if they didn't follow rule number 8 and they brought a significant other that they didn't go to Morgan, that don't know the rule, and then you hugging them, you kiss on the cheek or whatever. But where it could get extremely dangerous with that breast and chest, which also leads to the number 10, which all coincides with everything that we've talked about so far.
Absolutely.
If you do that kiss on the forehead.
Oh, y'all be at homecoming giving out forehead kisses? You demons.
Listen
you
here.
Demons.
Listen here. If you are one of those guys that does that, you are a wicked individual.
That's vicious.
But that is such savagery at its finest, where it's like, as Future would say, sensational.
Wow.
If you play it right, it's sensational.
No, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
When y'all saw the movie, you can't be giving my boo no forehead kiss, bro. I'm punching you in your forehead.
Exactly. So it's like, and then you know, you have the angle where it's like, especially if it's such a height differential where you give the hug where the forehead is right there.
No, you better kiss on in her hair.
Now you really gotta get the scalp instead of the forehead.
I don't want you nowhere near her forehead.
You know what I'm saying?
Give her the dinosaur kiss.
Hey, listen, I learned the hard way, and which goes into number 10. People was watching, and it got reported back, and yeah, man, I'm amped up to it. Yeah, I was, but I think that also I didn't know the liquor, so I'm feeling myself. I felt fly. I felt confident. I felt untouchable. But then, as I said earlier, life will humble you.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through.
Exactly. R.P. Rest in peace to Quan, man. I feel like the man when I walk through, for real. But people are always watching your every move. You know what I'm saying?
Is homecoming the biggest walkthrough? Like, for you personally, like,
I would say yes now that I'm doing these rules or whatever. Because people will come up to me that I might not have known and be like, "Yo, I heard your rules. They were spot on," or you know what I mean, or you may have promoted it to somebody. Like, yo, check my man out. Like, so I mean, I think it's I walk through, and that's what my wife said already. Like, you just waiting to see who gonna say something to you about it. I said, no, I mean, that play a small part, but I was already a cool individual beforehand. Absolutely. So this just enhances that.
But you want to know that what you're doing has an impact.
Yeah, so that's why I
tell people all the time, all I see is numbers. I don't see faces when I look at numbers. I need feedback to know who caught something.
So man, yeah, it's a definite walkthrough for me. So it's
dope.
But that's how I know people are watching my move, because they want to make sure the impact that I'm speaking aligns, because a lot of times our words and actions don't match. So now you're giving a mixed message.
Yeah.
So I want this message to come across clearly. I want this message to be felt and heard and interpreted and understood. Because as like we said earlier, you can apply anything that I'm talking about to
everyday life.
To everyday life. But we gonna focus specifically on October the 5th. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is one of those things where people are gonna watch and move, especially if they was plotting on you and they wanted to execute their plot at homecoming.
Yep.
So they want to see what type of move you're on, because you could either accelerate the move or you could put that in full park mode.
Yep.
Where everything that she had in mind is not going to happen. Kind of like the whole, like, what was the scene in Best Man when Nia Long had the purple joint on, prepared to give Tate Diggs everything, and he came in there, blew the whole thing. Blew it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you know, that potential scenario is always prevalent when it comes to homecoming, especially if you are able to execute the move.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you have a relationship before homecoming, you're going to leave homecoming with that same relationship.
Right.
This whole instant gratification that you might be searching for at homecoming will not grant you the result that you're looking for. It's gonna provide you a reality check that you cannot cash.
Talk heavy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them situations where instant gratification focuses solely on the emotion, and it does not factor in the true thought process that it takes to execute these moves. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather you focus on the slow success, which is your relationship. The reason why, because slow success breeds character.
Right.
But quick success breeds ego. And ego, even though it's only 3 letters, that word alone and its actions will put you in a situation where you can't come back from.
You sound like somebody that knew me when I was 19, 20 years old.
I think I did know you.
You sound like somebody that knew me when I was 19, 20 years old.
I did know you at 19 or 20, so I mean, that's why it's heavy talk, man. But like I said, man, listen, yo. Sam Malone, Jay Rice, however you want me to call you, brother, whatever you want me to call you.
Whatever you want to call me, bro. You deserve that.
Whatever it is, if y'all didn't listen to nothing that I said, first of all, shame on you for that. Just remember this, man. Look, govern yourself accordingly. We can sum this whole thing up in 3 words. Govern yourself accordingly. Now, Sam, as a proponent of this particular episode, with your interpretation of the rules and your thought process, how would you summarize all this for those that may not have the attention span to go what we just went through?
Act like you've been there before.
There you go.
Act like you've been there before. But I need you to read this last line real quick, because that's hilarious.
All right, listen, man. Y'all be safe. I'm going to see y'all October the 5th. Big Brasco, we out of here, man.
No, say this.
Big Brasco, gone.
Yes!
We gone.
Happy homecoming, y'all, man. 2024. See y'all there. Be there or be square. I will be there. Shout out to my brother Sonny for another great episode, man.
Do I get to sign the wall too? And all
Yeah,
that?
man.
Yes,
Traveling,
sir.
making it back up the
Yeah.
house. I appreciate you always, man. And on that note,
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Mr. Flash It Only, the one and only Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together.
Damn, Sammie, you done fucked up.
Thanks, Sammy. Fucking yuppie transplant. Move the fuck out. Get out of our fucking city. You ain't even fucking born here. Tired of you motherfuckers.
Avalanche music. Avalanche music. Woo. Sammy. Barstool. Woke up, inspired to vibrate higher. Grab lighter, smack ass shower, refresh the manpower. Auto start, no sweat, right in front the steps. Made rights, made lefts, check mirrors every step. Chevy wet, black, left met to little bro. Tint black, sunroof open, but guess what's in the dough? Ironically, you can never tell. She smoking, vibing, smiling, shining ass, she in hell.
Fly with me, ride with me, touch the sky with me, shine with me. Live my life the way in my dream. Fly with me, ride with me, touch the sky with me, shine with me. Live my life the way in my dream.
I told you that my presence was a gift. Open it right in front of me, I hope you like it. I hope you excited, cause I couldn't go and buy this at no store, cause it's priceless. You know how they say the time is. You gotta watch how you spend it down. It's getting expensive now. Got a nigga counting every minute down. You gotta cherish every moment for your day atonement. Before your body in that casket and it's laying dormant.
Fly with me, ride with me, touch the sky with me, shine with me. Live my life the way in my dream. Fly with me, ride with me, touch the sky with me, shine with me. Live my life the way in my dream.
Fly with me, we go to Saturn and back. And probably land on the moon, cause it don't matter the black. We never notice a loss till it's after the mad. But we gon' get it back, worry about it after the fact. Matter of fact, no need to pack, we fly first class. Like it's advisory, that's too far to search at. Cause it's way bigger than me giving you things. When it's private, I'm the pilot that's gon' give you your wings.